make about $350,000 a year on our tech sales jobs, and you may wonder, what's the craziest thing we've ever spent money on? Well, it's not that impressive. We bought like a used Jeep, but we did it with a single commission check, and so that was pretty cool. That's probably the craziest thing that we've ever bought with our careers in tech sales, but we live a very modest life. Like, we live in just some small townhouses in a rural community. And we don't drive fancy cars. You can see, like, we just have some used cars that are fairly old. Another of the craziest things we ever spent money on was a trip to Turks and Caicos, which is like a Caribbean island, for our honeymoon. And what we realized on that trip is that we hate flying, that it actually was like really stressful to go through international customs and be on long flights, and was not as much fun as if we had driven to Florida for cheap, like stayed at some cheap motel on the beach in Florida or Gulf Shores. And so we don't fly for vacation anymore. The things that we've spent money on that bring us the most joy, we have a kid now, but the kid actually is not that, the baby has not actually been that expensive. The biggest things that bring us joy are having low debt. Like, we have, the only debt we have is our mortgage, and because we live in a very affordable little townhouse, our mortgage payment's really cheap. So we have a really low mortgage payment. So not having a bunch of debt, not being stressed out about our debt load is the most valuable thing. Our most valuable asset is the fact that we don't have a lot of debt. And that frees us up to do things we really love. Like, it frees my wife up to stay home with our baby. If she decides she doesn't want to go back to work, she doesn't have to. She can just stay home, homeschool the kid. And it frees me up if I want to pursue entrepreneurship, or if I decide I want to take a break from tech sales, or just stop working for a year, or if my commission checks don't come in for a couple years. It's not a big deal because we have a big savings because we're living a really modest lifestyle. And so the craziest, most awesome things that a big salary will buy you, I guess it's cool to have a Jeep. It's fun. That was a single commission check though. And so it really wasn't that crazy. The coolest things that it'll buy you are security and the ability to not have to work for a year, or have freedom of your time to do the things that you're passionate about, to sell the things that you actually care about selling, to work with the people that you really want to work with. So the second secret there is you have to be a low spender. Like, you have to get your spending under control, stop wasting money. Don't buy some stupid BMW status symbol or something like that. Like, there's really not a significant difference between these vehicles and some car that, like a G-Wagon. There's really not. You're going to drive both of them the same amount of hours per week. They're both going to get you to your destination. But one of them is going to saddle you with, that BMW or whatever, is going to saddle you with like a $500, $600 a month car payment. And what people don't realize is you may only spend an hour in your car every week, or 2 hours in your car every week, but you have to work a job that you hate for 20 years because of some decision you made to be in a car that's really not that different from the used cars we have. So don't make those crazy financial decisions, is number one. And number two, the things that you're going to buy with that high-paying job that you're dreaming about are probably going to be security, peace of mind, the ability to sleep well at night, knowing that if things go south, that you're safe and you can take care of your family and loved ones. If you want to do that too, if you want to pursue this kind of lifestyle, then if you are in sales but you're not in tech sales, you want to get into tech sales, come check us out at techsalesmentors.com. We may be a great fit for you. And then if you're already in a BDR, SDR role in tech sales, but you want to know what the absolute best tech companies are, how to get into them, how to get those interviews with them, how to get the best BDR, SDR salary, and put yourself on the career trajectory to be making $200,000, $300,000, $500,000, $1 million a year as an account executive over the next 5 years, then come work with us. We will give you that advice. We understand that 20,000 foot view all the way down to the 1-inch view of the tech sales space, and put you on the career path to be working at the next OpenAI.